What's going on, guys? Blake Morse here at PAX Prime 2013, and we are ending our final interview with a bang because today we have with us the illustrious Mr. Kevin Eastman. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. So you have gotten involved with this upcoming MOBA from S2 Games called Strife, and that you are putting together this lovely comic book for them, of which they're giving out previews for here at PAX 2013. So how did this partnership come about?
Well, I've always been a fan of, a fan of video games. I appreciate, mostly from the artistic point of view, because I'm a hands-on artist. I still draw with pencil and paper and all that stuff. I can't do all the fancy YCOM stuff and everybody else that does. But a friend of mine introduced me to this game and said they were looking to develop a comic book series, and I fell in love with the Strife game. Not only the incredibly rich detail, the colors. There's so many characters, and it's one of those games that just felt really deep and have substance. And I love parallel dimensions and all the different things that they were trying to explore. So when they asked me to get involved in the comic, I said I'd love to, and developed a 25-page comic introduction, sort of a person off the street introduction to the world of Strife.
Awesome. Now, what's going to be happening in the comic book?
Well, that's where we're going to wait and see, because it's really, at the end of the day, it's up to the fans. We can do. We wanted to do this as an introduction, and if it was received well, then we'd sort of do work it into a 4-comic arc, sort of pick some of the key characters, take them through a specific adventure and a more exploration of the world of Strife. And if that worked, we'd do another 4, again from another angle, different characters, or introduce new characters. So it's, much like anything these days, the fans will let us know if they want to.
Yeah, the potential's limitless as long as the demand's there.
Yeah, the world's so rich and so deep and so many characters, you can really go nuts. So
nice. Have you had a chance to check out Strife for yourself, get some hands-on time and play it?
Well, what was cool is that for me, my full introduction of Strife was here, because I've seen the screenshots, I've seen all the scripts, I've seen all the backstory, I've seen all the character designs, I've seen all that stuff, and I've seen a few test shots, but I've never got to see the whole thing, in a play demo the way that they were playing it here. So to me, I was as excited to see it all work and move and that stuff as the fans were that got to see it for the first time as well. So
you recently relaunched the Turtles comic book, and I've been keeping up with it. It's fantastically awesome. And how's all that going for you?
It's been, I took a nice break on the Turtles. It's like, I sold my interest to Peter Laird years ago, and then he sold to Viacom years later, and I've been running Heavy Metal. I've owned Heavy Metal magazine now for 22 years, 23 years, and I've never been far away from the Turtles. I did different books, and I was lucky enough to go to conventions and have fans and sign and that kind of stuff. And when my friend Ted Adams, one of the co-founders of IDW, got the licensing rights to do the new Turtles comic, he said he called me up and asked if I'd like to do some covers, and I said, well, what do you got in mind for a story? And so I went down to San Diego, met with Tom Waltz, who's the head writer, who really created this vision of this new foundation of the Turtle world by taking his favorite parts and the attitude of the original black and white comics, bits and pieces he liked out of the animated series and the movies, and sort of strung them all together in this new foundation to build from. And I just loved it. And so I did covers, and that led to, then I was doing layouts for the first 4 issues, and then I was pitching in ideas, and then sort of co-plotting, and I've just did a fill-in issue. I did a 60-page Turtle Annual, which is the longest Turtle story I ever did last year. It came out, I'm doing another one this year, and so it sort of reminded me of 2 things. One, how much I love drawing the Turtles, how much I love drawing the Turtles, and how much I missed drawing the Turtles. So I'm back with a vengeance and totally digging it.
I'm sure that you've been asked millions of times about the upcoming Michael Bay film and your opinion on that and how you feel. So I got to ask, one last time, the Michael Bay film, how are you feeling about that right now?
The Michael Bay film is going to be fantastic. Seriously, it's like I've seen the script. I've seen the script development. I've been working with the original producers were Scott Mednick and Galen Walker, and the version that they were doing and what that's evolved into with Adam Goodman and Jonathan Liebsman as the official director, being produced by Michael Bay. Despite what any of you fans have heard, I've seen the material. I was on set. I did a cameo in the movie. The action is going to be intense. Michael Bay makes great big movies, and there's lots of explosions and lots of action and lots of heart and soul, and the Turtles will be very familiar to the fans that know and love them, and I'm very excited about it.
Do you have Megan Fox's number?
I do not. Probably with, but it's funny. It was like the first time I heard that she was a huge Turtle fan, as I was flipping channels one night, and she was on Jay Leno. She was talking about that she had gone down to Comic-Con, and the only thing she wanted to get at Comic-Con was a Ninja Turtle T-shirt, because she loves the Ninja Turtles, and I thought that was cool. So we sent her some stuff, and then the next time I heard about it was the two producers of the new movie. When it was announced that they were in development on it, she called almost incessantly trying to get the part of April. She's a huge fan, and I'm glad it worked out, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
Dude, obviously a prolific history of work, and you just keep going. Beyond the Turtles, is there anything else, any other projects you're involved with right now?
Besides, we still publish 6 issues of Heavy Metal every year, which is great. It's sort of like, it's a very small company, a 5-person staff, counting me. We don't, we work hard, but I love it. It's not like a job. And last year, I contracted with IDW to produce in my next series, which is a 6-issue series called Lost Angeles. It's LOST, Lost Angeles, and it's this insane, post-apocalyptic love poem to all my favorite John Carpenter movies and Walter Hill's Original Warriors and that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a 6-issue series that I've co-created with Simon Bisley, and we'll be writing and drawing it. So
awesome. Well, it sounds epic. So if folks want to check out the Strife comic book, when are they going to be able to get their hands on this?
Actually, we're finishing. What was great, we decided to do this 12-page preview, but I just finished the cover. I just finished all the layouts for 25 pages, the first 25 pages, and I'm going to finish all of the artwork by the end of September. So I think right now we're shooting for a November release. So
awesome. It looks killer. And if folks want to keep up with you online, where can they check you out?
I've got a Facebook page and some of that stuff, but KevinEastmanStudios.com, www.KevinEastmanStudios.com. It's my own site that lets people know where I'm going to be for signings, if they want commissions or they want to buy artwork or just find out the latest goofy stuff that I'm up to. That's the place to go.
Awesome. All right, and one last question. If you can be any mutant, what kind of mutant would you be?
If I could be any mutant, oh man. See, it's tough because I love Casey Jones. As far as the Turtles history, Casey Jones is my favorite non-mutant human part of the character. But I always loved Leatherhead. Leatherhead was like, a natural, alligator in the sewer kind of thing, and it was developed by Ryan Brown and Jim Lawson, I think, originally came up with Leatherhead. But probably that would be my favorite.
Awesome. All right. Well, Kevin, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today. Everybody, be sure to keep up with S2 Games and check out Strife, and definitely check out Kevin Eastman's work, and we will catch you all later.